Hello and welcome. Today on BoI Weekly, President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, Mr. Babatunde Paul Ruashe, and some representatives of the Financial Services Group pay courtesy visit to the Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Olukayode Ekpiton, at the headquarters of the bank in Marina, Lagos. Also, the Bank of Industry signs MOU with Olon Partnerships for Energy Access Limited for a 1 billion naira Niger Delta off-grid energy fund. The project is expected to enhance access to clean, affordable and reliable power solution in the Niger Delta region. And for the Bank of Industry, this will facilitate social and industrial development in the region. I'm Kayode Alayande. Welcome to the program.
This is a special meeting between the management of the Bank of Industry and the representatives of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as well as the Financial Services Group. They have sought audience with the Managing Director of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Olukayode Ekpiton, to push a variety of requests ranging from greater access to finance for some of their members to having more robust representation of the Bank of Industry within the Financial Services Group.
We might have had more information.
Opening the floor, a member of the delegation representing Sterling Bank says the LCCI would want a more robust engagement with the Bank of Industry. She also raised the issue of bank guarantee, which has remained a knotty matter between the BoI and commercial banks, among other concerns, especially regarding their members' reported difficulty in accessing BoI facility.
I'm sure you pay your dues, but beyond paying the dues, we also want representation. And representation for somebody who can take critical decisions and help us in, looking at a lot of these areas. Honestly, had it been we had that representation in the Financial Services Group, we might have had more information before coming here. So we want a representation with the group that will represent the interest, your shareholding interest in Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, like you rightly clarified, sir. And we will want to leave knowing that you will make that possible for us. But so our members have also raised some issues with borders along. Maybe why some banks don't want to collaborate is that the risk is put on the banks solely. So there might be a way we can start conversation around that to see how we can make BoI even the first point of call before we start going to any other institution. I mean, for me, you are so close by to our office, Sterling Bank PLC, that, you are always my first point of call anyway, when we have other issues. But we want other members between the group to also be able to take advantage of that. So we would like BoI and us to be able to form a committee to facilitate bankable loan proposals and requests, for members of the chamber, most importantly, because we are here for Lagos Chamber of Commerce and the banking sector here today. And we also seek active participation of BoI in the group's activities, like our periodic meetings, events, and programs. We seek technical assistance to enable the group to be able to execute projects and total success in general. And of course, financial sponsorship of events and programs, which will come to you from time to time. But most importantly, we will want you to be involved in our meetings so that you also form a major part of those advocacy policies we'll put towards the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry on behalf of the financial services.
Complaints about difficulty in accessing BoI loan is a question the Bank of Industry is used to. The BoI MD again uses the opportunity to set the record straight in a no-holds-barred fashion.
It's the issue of people saying they are having challenges with accessing the facilities from Bank of Industry. We have gotten that kind of feedback also, but it is not, people don't have the full facts of what you have on the ground. People say they are not able to access our facilities. This, in 2018, I think we disbursed about 270 billion naira. That's a lot of money. So if you say you have no access to facilities, and we have disbursed about 270 billion naira. In fact, most people you talk to, who are your members, will tell you that in 2018, one of the most active financial institutions in Nigeria was Bank of Industry. We've intervened. What people like to have is that because they say it's Bank of Industry, they want to be able to walk in here and get money without facility, without security. If you have been doing that, we will not be in business. Because those who have tried to, if you look at the history of Bank of Industry, from Icon, the investment company of Nigeria, we are 60 years old this year. It's because the bank has been run prudently. We are aware of the role we have, our role in terms of developing the economy, the industrial sector. But at the same time, we have to ensure that we don't lose our base, and the terms for getting facilities from the bank are not onerous. People say, well, you ask for bank guarantees. You as an individual cannot have an account with Bank of Industry. We work through the commercial banks. These commercial banks are the ones where you're going to open your letter of credit. When you make your sales, that is where you're going to keep your money. So they are closer to the customers.
Even though Mr. Babatunde Paul Ruashe, the president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry who led the delegation, admits that the Bank of Industry has put in a lot to assist micro, small and medium enterprises, he says they can only ask for more on behalf of the MSMEs.
What we are saying is we should do more. We also note that, that the bulk of our membership are in the very small, medium category, those who are trying to come up. And that's what actually the Chamber of Commerce is all over the world. You look more at the lower end of it. And we want more impact at this level. These are people who probably would say they don't have enough documents to show, but they are in business. So those are the ones apparently that will be talking, they are trying to approach, and they cannot get, they cannot access, because they are not, as the bankers will say, it's not bankable to a banking person. But it's actually a sector that is very good and will need some funding. And there are some small lenders now who are actually looking at those areas. I know you've been doing some in the past, and of course, the testimony we got at that time was that the rate of return was very good. I mean, these are the funding that we did for some groups that they have to come in groups and they have to be given money. And so we want more so that we have more impact.
It's common knowledge that there are far too much risks associated with lending to MSMEs. The BoI MD told the visitors that despite the challenges, the Bank of Industry has doubled its lending to the subsector in recent times. He also highlights some of the steps the bank has taken to increase lending to this group of entrepreneurs.
To be honest with you, it's a problem, in the financial system, when it comes to lending to SMEs. Because the losses and the non-performing facilities in that area, is quite high. So most banks, are not willing to disburse more money if they're not covered adequately. We have looked at it. In fact, between 2017 and 2018, we must have doubled the money we give out to the SMEs, because we're actually trying to move up to about 20-25% of our loans to that area. But when we noticed that there were some problems and there were some resistance from the banks, we said, look, let us look at co-sharing risk with these banks. As at now, we have sent a proposal to Central Bank of Nigeria, where we are asking that we set up an institution, basically to ensure lending to that sector, whereby Bank of Industry will be part of those who will take some of those losses. We are coming with ideas such as if a bank gives out money to an SME, that institution will guarantee it. Maybe the first 20% of the loss, you go to the bank because the bank was the one that actually packaged it. Maybe the next one will come to Bank of Industry. So that way, about 50% of the loss, is insured. So we're not just saying it, we have put it down in writing. We have written to CBN, we are waiting for approval, and we are saying let us partner with the banks to cover these people. Because let's be honest, if you give out loans to about 100 people, even if half of those loans go bad, the other 50 might become big companies.
Absolutely.
So it's a way to help our people,
Yes.
and we are willing to put money into it. We work with about 20 state governments. We have the matching funds. Matching fund is that the state brings an amount of money, we match it, and we lend to SMEs in those states. So already, on the average, it's about $1 billion per state. So if they are putting $1 billion and we are putting $1 billion, it means on the average, every year, technically, Bank of Industry has $20 billion at risk for SMEs, aside from other lending that we do. So we are actually doing a lot in that subsector. So yes, we would like to work with you. If you have products, you have customers that have genuine cases, and there are people that want to help to industrialize Nigeria, yes, we're willing to work together. But we want serious customers.